Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to Dr. Gregory's Meta Moments, and I'm Dr. Gregory. This is episode 7. This week, we're going to be following up on what we spoke about last week but didn't get to finish, which was holistic healing strategies from the book Boundless. But since it's quite brief, I'd also like to add the Metaphysical Anatomy book because today I want to talk about migraines. That's a really important topic to discuss because I know plenty of people who suffer from migraines, and it's really important to see if there are connections to your mind, body, and soul, which there are. So let's start with Boundless. And again, we're going to be talking about holistic healing strategies. So last week we talked about acupuncture, meditation, qigong, tapping, and today we're going to talk about 2 more things: visualization and yoga. Visualization is an excellent topic, so let's get right into it because I use this particular strategy quite often. Visualization is backed up by research, and a host of studies connect it with improved mood and quality of life, even in patients with end-of-life diseases such as cancer. Visualization doesn't just work for chronic diseases. It also serves as a quick way to transform yourself out of stress to a higher level of energy vibration, which is literally the frequency at which cells oscillate within the human body. It involves creating a detailed mental image of an attractive or peaceful environment, and it's often paired with physical relaxation techniques such as progressive muscle relaxation, which involves tightening and relaxing every muscle in your body one by one. Essentially, the aim is to associate the sensations of relaxation with the peaceful visual image so that future practice sessions with visualization will quickly bring back the physical sensations of relaxation. And once you do that, that's when the chemical cascade begins in your body and you vibrate higher. But not only that, you start turning your epigenetics on to favor you, not disease. So, number 1, find a quiet and calm place, make yourself comfortable. 2, take a few slow deep breaths to center and calm yourself. 3, close your eyes. 4, imagine yourself in a beautiful place where everything is as you would really ideally like it, such as a beach, a mountaintop, a peaceful meadow, or a forest. 4. Oh, that was 4. 5, imagine yourself becoming calm and relaxed, smiling and feeling full of joy. 6, focus on the sensory details of your scene to make it more vivid. For example, if you imagine a beach, spend time imagining the warmth of the sun on your skin, the smell of the ocean, the seaweed, the salt spray, the sound of the waves, the wind, and the seagulls. 7, remain within your scene for 5 to 10 minutes as you become more and more relaxed. 8, while relaxed, tell yourself you can return to this place whenever you want or need to. And 9, open your eyes and rejoin the real world. He talks a little bit about yoga nidra, which is a type of nidra where they walk you through guided imagery. And you basically lay in a still position and you're in a meditative guided meditation essentially. And this imagery can be very relaxing, especially in the setting, and can bring you through an entire sleep cycle without even falling asleep. Pretty exciting, actually. So, following up with yoga in general, it was developed thousands of years ago, and it turns out that research backs up that when mindful, proper yoga is performed with focused breath work in a formal meditative setting, it can be a significant shift into relaxed, oscillating brainwave patterns and a down-regulation of the sympathetic nervous system. What's the sympathetic nervous system? That's your fight or flight system. That's when your cortisol goes up and you're on edge and you're waiting to resist or run away. So to bring that system down back to a more relaxed state, you can choose techniques like yoga. One of my favorite types of yoga is called Yin Yoga. We tend to do a lot of Yang, which is the more masculine version of Yin and Yang. Yin is your more female side, Yang is your more male side. So what I mean by that is Yang happens to be more muscle contraction and action. Yin happens to be muscle stretch and release. So you can find free videos on YouTube, and you don't necessarily need props, but if you have them, that's great. And these particular positions are held for 3 to 5 minutes at a time. So for instance, you might sit with your legs out and bent forward, and you're stretching your muscles in your posterior legs, your back and your arms, and you hold that position for 3 to 5 minutes. You're not expected to move. In fact, you're asked not to, and just breathe, sit, and relax. Did you know that anger is actually housed in your gluteal muscles and your posterior thighs? That's pretty interesting, because you can actually release some of that anger by performing some lower body Yin Yoga to release those muscles. I actually have one by a practitioner named Cassandra that I found on YouTube, who practices runner's yoga, but she does focuses a lot on the lower body. And oh my goodness, sometimes I do get a little emotional. There's a release going on when you do these particular practices. So give it a try, Yin Yoga. Now, Metaphysical Anatomy book, since we were pretty quick about this last one, I want to go into the diagnosis of migraine. I think this is a very interesting topic, because you might be surprised at how much it might relate to you if you're a person who suffers from migraines. So let's start with that. The emotions that are associated with migraines. People who suffer from intense migraines often have poor personal boundaries. You don't know when to say yes and when to say no, and you often end up saying yes when actually you want to say no. You end up in conflicting circumstances that you cannot escape from, and you always feel, should I stay or should I go? You sabotage your ability to express clear boundaries, and this makes you feel resentful towards yourself, your circumstances, and the people who are taking advantage of you. You often overwhelm yourself by having too much to do. You have unspoken words, and many of them. There seems to be a need to be heard and to be acknowledged. The migraine often benefits you because it allows you to say no and express your boundaries. The migraine can also sometimes be used as an excuse to get out of situations where you would have given in instead of listening to your gut instinct. Even though the migraine is unpleasant, an important question to ask is, what would you have to do or deal with if the migraine stopped? Sometimes the answer could be, then I would not have enough time for myself. That's pretty powerful. You would have to face a problem or a conflict that you are avoiding. You would have to deal with circumstances that make you feel out of control. Another question to ask is, what am I trying to push out of my life? You are stuck in circumstances where you suppress the ability to stand strong within yourself. You feel under tremendous stress to perform and please others, and you often get involved in situations that are neither your responsibility nor your problem to begin with. Your need to save or help or rescue others is a priority, and this pattern gets the better of you, and you end up pulling the short end of the rope. This only makes you feel bitter, unsupported, angry, and resentful. You're placing yourself under tremendous stress and pressure. You experienced a great deal of pressure and high expectations during childhood. You often feel irritated and frustrated by everything and everyone. All of your problems are magnified and seen bigger than life itself. Wow. So the key points or questions that they ask are, what conflict do you have in your current life and how does it make you feel? When did the migraine start? What was happening in your life shortly before the migraine started? Explore this further. Place your hand where the migraine is and feel what the block is. What message is the migraine sending? How does it benefit you to prioritize other people's needs before yours? The more you give of yourself, the more you are loved. This comes from a childhood where you were only rewarded with attention and affection when you would do things for the parent, teacher, caretaker, or person of authority. Explore trauma, such as feeling stuck, powerless, or out of control in your life or childhood. Explore do people respect your boundaries when you say no? If not, how does that make you feel? Explore this a bit further. What in your life has consumed your energy and ability to cope? Self-created pressure. Why do you place yourself under so much pressure? Is someone else putting a lot of pressure on you? Explore these possibilities. Wow. Pretty good stuff. Thanks for listening. This was episode 7 of Dr. Gregory's Meta Moments. I really love doing this. I just love it. I think these topics are super interesting and exciting, and there's so much to learn from about them. Remember, when it comes to this Metaphysical Anatomy book, it's about awareness. It's about how can you change some behavior patterns to diminish the physical consequences that you are suffering from, because it's possible. You are that possible. Quantum physics. And there's more to talk about and how it's scientifically backed, which is why I have included meta moments with the book, The Biology of Belief. By the way, I've also encountered a new book by Deepak Chopra called Quantum Healing. I have yet to read it, but I think it will be very helpful and very consistent with what we're learning about in these meta moments. So keep an eye out for that particular book as well. Thanks for listening, everybody. Love you all.